I'm pretty dissatisfied right now. I've never really done anything bad to anybody. Never really hurt anybody. Spent 8 years in the Navy for this country. Honorably separated. Or discharged, I mean. 22 months at sea between 2 deployments on an aircraft carrier. 8 years total. Got out. The company that I work for, I just hit my 10-year anniversary in August. And I am not vaccinated. And according to Biden, or according to this mandate, if I am unable to get a religious or medical exemption, one of which I will be putting in paperwork for, if I'm unable to, I may be terminated from the company. Now, I've spent 10 years at this company. Last year alone, I worked 640 hours of overtime, which, if you do the math, is about 4 extra months worth of 40-hour weeks. So I worked 16 months in a 12-month year last year. So far this year, it's mid-October, I've got 400 and change hours of overtime. And I get called in, and there's days we have to stay late, and I miss holidays, and I miss birthdays, even though I normally try to just take a vacation day that day. And the company that I work for, there's no line in the sand. You know, today it's get this vaccine, and then down the road it's going to be get this booster or poverty. And it might be get a booster every 6 months or poverty, since this vaccine really just doesn't work. Doesn't work. Not the way that other vaccines work. Nope. So now in a work environment where everybody doesn't want to work, can't find qualified help, can't find people who want to get a job, and now people who do want to work are getting fired. Last year, I spent 6 months away from my family in 1 month increments traveling for this company. Because of the nature of my work, I had a signed letter from the Department of Homeland Security saying that I was an essential worker. I had a signed paper from the CEO or somebody high up in the company and their security person too. And I traveled with all these letters stating that I was important and essential. And just like all those nurses and doctors that are being fired, who worked through the pandemic and were called heroes last year, how quickly the tides change. There's no limit. There's no line in the sand. Nobody knows what they'll say to do next. When Biden was getting elected, he said he would not do a mandate. I will be fine. I will figure it out. But in the meantime, I'll just make more videos. That's fine. Maybe if I get enough videos and subscribers, YouTube will actually pay me for views. That's a long way off. You need 4,000 hours worth of video. And I have like 870 or something, which doesn't, it is what it is. I do this more for fun, more for entertainment and teaching other people things, which I haven't done one of those videos in a while. I do have some stuff I want to review. This prepping stuff you can get off Amazon. But that's all besides the point. This whole mandate stuff is ridiculous, in my opinion. If somebody wants it, get it. I don't judge you. If somebody doesn't want it, for whatever reason, I'm not going to judge you. It's not my business. And for the people who say, well, you can still spread it, or you can spread it if you're not vaccinated. You can spread it if you're vaccinated. That's not what the vaccine was designed for. And you can still get it if you're vaccinated. And you can still die if you're vaccinated. This is not the polio vaccine that stopped the disease dead in its tracks. This is not meant to stop transmission. It's meant to lessen symptoms. So, and that's all really besides the point. Your personal medical stuff is your personal medical stuff. And the people who say, oh, but it affects other people, prove it. Prove that I'm affecting you. I had COVID last month. I have antibodies now. I'm not immune, and neither are you. And according to the largest, most comprehensive research yet out of Israel, I'm 13 times less likely to get it again than somebody who has the 2-shot vaccines. And for the people who got the Johnson & Johnson, we're surprised you're still alive. That was a joke. But this stuff is ridiculous. You shouldn't have to choose between getting a shot that you don't want to get and poverty. You shouldn't have to choose. And you shouldn't have to wonder what's the next thing. You know? I know that this is a ridiculous example, but if they say everybody needs to cut off their pinky toe to work, is everybody just going to say, oh, well, that's what they said we got to do. Let's do it. Not me. I know people in my own family who've had bad reactions to these vaccines. And as the only person working out of my house, I can't afford to be down. I can't afford to not work. And even if I make less money, if I can still work, I'm still working. Whereas if I get injured, even if it's only a 5% chance, if I get injured from a vaccine, who's going to put food on my table? You? Are you going to buy my groceries? I can't sue anybody. I can't sue the government. I can't sue my employer. I can't sue the makers of the vaccines. I take all the liability and all the risk, and everybody else gets to go on with their lives. And if I get injured, it's too bad. Sorry, Von Bakenstein. Guess you're shit out of luck. So, that choice for me is easy. I could take the vaccine, and maybe something happens, or I don't, and something definitely doesn't happen. Well, that's pretty simple for me, especially given the fact that I actually know what the protocols are now when you get it, that you can actually get treatments and not end up in the hospital and die. Because that's the other thing that they're doing. They're sending people home until they're sick enough that they got to go to the hospital and possibly die. When for over a year now, we've known that there's treatments that you can get if you test positive that will help you knock it out and not get as sick. But instead, they just send people home. The people who have died in the last year, largely, 70, 80% of them could have been avoided. And not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but since we're on the topic, it's pretty damn convenient that the virus is primarily targeting old people with multiple comorbidities right around the time that Social Security and Medicare are critically underfunded. I'm not saying that was done on purpose, but that's weird. So, again, you guys make your choices, and if you want to argue about it in the comments, feel free. I'm down. Because again, if you're not paying my bills, it's not your damn problem, and I don't care if I get you sick. I don't care anymore. I don't care about all these other peoples that want you to care about their problems. Nobody gives a shit about yours. Go. Get sick. Go to the hospital. Get taken care of. Then ask them why your vaccine didn't work. Because the vaccines that I've gotten in the past have worked. This one don't work. And it's got a bunch of weird stuff in it that causes reactions in some people. And there's no rhyme or reason. It just causes reactions in some people. You know, if it was a blood type or a certain gene, and I say, oh, well, I'm not that blood type and I don't have that gene. Let me get it. That's not the case. No pattern's been found. It's random. Some people die from COVID. Some people die from the vaccine. Some people are just injured. And again, I can get a job. I can get 2 jobs, pay my bills. But if I can't work, I'm done. I'd like to keep my job. I hope they don't deny my requests for exemption, but you know, at the end of the day, if they don't want me there, you know, how hard should I work to stay somewhere that doesn't want me? When I've worked there for 10 years and gotten exemplary scores on my evaluations. When I got more qualified in my job than other people. When I'm the person that they call the librarian because I'm the one that they go to asking where to find, you know, this information and that information because I know my job. And Hooked on Phonics works and I know how to read. But instead, they'd rather play this game where it's sad and it's disappointing. And if other people have opinions, please. I'll write some paragraphs with you. I really don't care. Doesn't bother me one bit. If your kid has an immune issue, don't bring them around me. Don't bring them out. Get them vaccinated. It's not my problem. You take care of your health problems. I'll take care of mine. I'm done. I'm done changing my life for everybody else. I'm done worrying about everybody else's problems, everybody else's social issues, everybody else's struggles. Nobody gives a shit about mine. And in the last year and a half, there's been a couple times, well, more than a couple, where bad things have happened needlessly, and people could have helped, and they didn't. And now this is happening, and nobody gives a shit. So I'm returning the favor. I don't give a shit about anybody else's problems anymore. Don't care. If it doesn't affect me or my family, or my friends. I don't care. Solve your own problems like adults. Because this right here is you having a problem and me being forced to solve it. I'm done. I don't care. Row your own damn boat.